Ingratitude is a disease not transmissible to humans. The most dangerous entities are not those you see in the bases, but perhaps it is he who lacks humanity. Respect, lovely family. You are welcome for choosing us today. I can promise you that you're not going to regret it at all. Before we get into it, kindly subscribe to the channel and also like the video to promote the narrative. And today we are in the Sahel, all right? Burkina Faso leader has opened our eyes more, exposed a whole lot of secret and things that we don't know. You know, we have been hearing about foreign military bases in our countries in Africa, and we thought these people we see in military uniform and all that, these are the people that are threat to our country. Ibrahim Traoré has revealed the most dangerous person to the entire continent. I'm telling you, he made it clear that these are the most dangerous people. You will hear that in the speech. And also, he made it clear that Macron is inhuman. The speech is powerful, guys. You need to watch the video to the end. And I promise you, as usual, you are not going to regret it. French President Emmanuel Macron made a controversial statement on January 6th. Macron accused Africans, particularly those rejecting foreign military bases, of being ungrateful. Additionally, in response to the growing interest in Africa to chase out the French or foreign military bases out of the continent, France is now, or Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, is proposing to have a foundational presence in Africa and also to maintain a mini base in Djibouti and the co. Now, some leaders decided not to let Macron's comment go scot-free, so they reply him, especially on his comment about the ungratefulness of Africans. Strong reply came from leaders in Senegal and Chad. Chad response is a little bit funny. According to Chad president, he said what Macron is saying he cannot understand, because when you look at the map of Africa and the map of Europe, looking at these two maps, Macron is certainly in the wrong area. That's funny, right? General Chadian also replied Emmanuel Macron. And additionally, the president of Burkina Faso, Ibrahim Traoré, also joined the conversation in a very hard way, and he practically exposed everything, things that we were not previously aware of. All of these things are coming out to light through Ibrahim Traoré, and he spoke in French, and as always I'll interpret it. You know, one of the things is that he has been saying a lot of things, but because of language barrier we've not been able to catch up with some of the conversations. But I took it upon myself, anytime he pull out certain things that I think the whole of Africa should be concerned about, I tried my best to interpret it. So without wasting much time, let's get right to the speech. He said, when I recently considered Emmanuel Macron's remark about Africa, any conscious African should quickly understand everything he has said and what it means. General Chadian recently mentioned a change in tactics or strategy of French forces in Africa, and I believe Macron came to confirm it. He spoke about dissolving and maintaining a foundational presence, and Emmanuel Macron expressed it so clearly that we can only thank him for his honesty. The truth is, even though some leaders try to deceive their people, reality eventually catches up. They have only dissolved their structures. You won't see them in military bases anymore, but they will be present in embassies. They will set up security companies to protect their businesses in these countries. Their soldiers will be there, but you won't see them in uniform or military bases. This simply means they are reorganizing to maintain their presence. He also spoke of being respectful to some head of state by giving them the priority to announce the departure of French forces. Guys, this comment from Macron simply means that he could have used force and not permit African leaders to even have the thought of chasing them away. Okay, let's continue. To us, that is insignificant. The truth is, if you want a real break from these imperialist forces, it is simple. Denounce the agreement. Everything starts there. For example, Chad began by denouncing the agreement. If you don't denounce them and by just saying the military bases are leaving, it achieves nothing, because the real issues lie in the colonial defense agreement signed during independence. The most dangerous entities are not those you see in the bases, but the military advisors. These advisors exist in all these countries, including Burkina Faso, until the end of 2022 when we took responsibility. These advisors are tasked with implementing France's policy locally. They work to weaken our army so that France always has an excuse to remain here. For instance, there was a time when our soldiers had to stand guard armed only with stick. The soldiers were only operating with, that their security stick. This is the state France wants our armies to be in. However, the Burkinabe army managed to rid itself of these military advisors. Unfortunately, in 2019, after Operation Otapona, the French realized that Burkina Faso's army still had the capacity to respond to terrorism. When France came into this realization, the next thing that followed was they quickly summoned all chief of staff to France and instructed them to integrate or reinstall military advisors across all structures. Though they initially refused, political leaders later instructed their return. This led to the return of military advisors in Burkina Faso in 2019. With all the negative consequences we know by 2020 and 2021. During this period, 2020 and 2021, our army was on the verge of collapsing. This period saw many soldiers deserting due to loss of hope as our defense structure crumbled. This is how they operate within army headquarters and schools, dictating recruitment numbers, training methods, and policies. As long as these advisors are present, you are not independent. Your army will merely look like an army, but will be ineffective in actual warfare. To build a truly independent and strong army, you must denounce the agreement. Now also, France trained officers from our countries through this same agreement. These officers from our countries are trained by France to serve French interests, not their own country's interests. Evidence of this surfaced during our uprising, that is when they took over, where many Burkinabe officers trained in France were contacted to act against their own country. Fortunately, some reported these actions to us and we remain vigilant. When an officer trained in France dies, they are honored as someone who died for France. This proves their training served France's interests, not their home country. This practice exists across many African states, and only God knows how many patriotic officers we have left. Emmanuel Macron's comments offer African leaders a wake-up call to fight imperialism. However, he also insulted Africans by calling us ungrateful, even to the extent of claiming that ingratitude is a disease not transmissible to humans. Looking at this comment, by implication, he does not consider us as humans. Perhaps it is he who lacks humanity. If Macron prays and gives thanks to God every morning, he should also pray to Africans, because it is thanks to our ancestors that France exists today. To him, we are not human, but we are more than human. These are powerful messages, and I feel for the French people. Yet Macron's action may ultimately benefit Africa by waking up those who still slumber. Africa must work towards independence and the happiness of their people. The fight against imperialism is ongoing, and I encourage everyone to join this battle. We must decolonize our mind, acknowledge this truth, and try for true self-sufficiency and development. By the end of 2025, let us look back and recognize that we have made significant contribution to our nations. Thanks to you all. May God bless you and protect our homeland. For the motherland or death, we shall overcome. Lovely people, let's meet in the comment. This is powerful. Lovely people, if you enjoyed this great speech, hit the like button and subscribe to be part of the family. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comment. Respect.